Oh, okay, we got the hangout going live now. Guess it's just us right now. I sent the link out to about 10 different people, but
I was talking with
anyway,
Jameson earlier, and he said he was gonna hop on.
yeah, I sent him the
No,
link.
I'll message him right now.
I think he got scared because he sent me a message saying that's 8 o'clock Central, right? I'm like, yeah. Is he in Austin too, or what?
Oh, I thought I had you muted. Sorry. He was. I don't know. He's like in Montana, or Missouri, or one of those M states. I totally forgot. He was in Tennessee for a while, but he just moved.
Oh, is that my YouTube link? Hold on, let me mute it. Oh man. That's okay. All right. Well, my computer is working while I'm in the chat at least now.
Can you open up both YouTube and the Hangout, or?
Yeah, I have both of it open. I left the window open when I set this up, so it's on there. Anyways, man, dude, we've been. I told you the numbers, man. We've been getting some sales left and right, and I mean,
Yeah, I know, man. That's good though, right? That's what you want.
dude. Like I said, that $2 calculator becoming $40, dude.
Yeah, those
And
are some
then
good. I love when that happens.
we had that. I posted about that Crash Bandicoot game today, dude. That was insane.
Hey, Jameson, did you buy that hat off of me? I just sold that hat for $40.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. I got it at a thrift store for $1, brand new.
You sold this exact hat for $40.
That exact hat. Yep.
Way.
On eBay. Yeah. That's funny. For 40.
Dude, you have to show me the listing after, because if you can sell for 40, I'll
It
go buy
sold.
for
It
14.
sold like it sold like within like 4 days or something like that.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I was looking up that because that date for Back to the Future is about to. I think it's like in 2 weeks or whatever that showed in that movie. So if you look up those color changing hats that's in the Back to the Future movie, they're like $40 right now online.
Oh, really? You actually looked those up?
Yeah, dude. That'd be kind of cool to have that on the date. I think it's like the 15th or something. But anyways, Jameson, where are you located out of?
I am in St. Paul, Minnesota right now.
Minnesota. Okay, that's.
Yeah, I told you it was one of the M states.
Dang, Mike.
I see.
Yeah. Dude, it's a freaking madhouse over here, dude. I'll keep trying to mute it.
I see you got a pretty cool setup back there, man. You got like a photo shoot area.
Yeah, it's a little part. This isn't my permanent setup. I just got this for a couple months until I move in a new place. But yeah, I got my little photo set up. I got some FBA stuff back there. This is where I do all my shipments and stuff. So
Cool. Yeah, I was gonna. That's why I messaged you today, because Mike's been telling me about you, that you go and you do these thrift shops and video games and stuff like that. And I've been getting into thrifting. I've done it, but I haven't like fully done it like all the time. So the last 3 weeks I've been doing it. I haven't done any retail arbitrage, and I've just been killing it, dude, with these finds.
Dude, thrift stores are nuts, dude. They're not even comparable to RA to thrift store. There's like no comparison. I don't think, in my opinion. Your numbers are way better. Your margins are way better. You're spending like $5 on an item, that'll sell for 50 or 100 or 200 or whatever.
Things.
You full time, Mike? Or Chris? You full time? think we got a frozen issue.
Just tell.
I don't know if that's me freezing or one of you guys freezing.
No,
I think it might be me.
I think it's Chris that froze up.
Okay.
Is it unfroze now?
There we go. We're good.
You back?
Yeah, I'm back. My laptop sucks, so if I had the YouTube video open as well, and I guess it froze everything up. So, yeah. So tell me about yourself, man. First time meeting you.
Let's see. I'm pretty much similar story to pretty much every other guy that's full-time. Full-time FBA, do a little bit of eBay. Been full-time FBA for about a year and a half or so. Man, yeah, right now I'm just trying to focus on the RA thing. And, you know, got that fourth quarter going or whatever, so been pretty preoccupied with that and doing some other stuff. I do a little bit of ungating on the side, like get people ungated in categories and stuff, and you know, make a little extra doing that, just a little side income doing that and stuff. And pretty much, I'm no different than any other guy. I got the same old boring story.
No, I mean, I enjoy hearing different stories. You know, I just started kind of. I'm not full time. I have a full time job. I just do this part time. But you know, I'm hoping to do this full time one day, and just been. I mean, we've been doing these shows I think since June, and just different weeks, man. We keep learning different things and trying different things.
Definitely.
So it's kind of cool just to talk to different people and see what's worked for them, especially people that's full time like yourself. So to get to that point of full time, were you mainly thrifting?
I used to do video games full time. I did that for a few years, and then I took a break, and then I just got back into it a few years ago. I actually, when I did start, I didn't have a job at the time, but I knew a lot of people that were just selling video games and stuff, so I just would trade people like dumb stuff I had lying around the house, get their game, flip them for money, and then just keep building up. Like I started with like $10 in my pocket, and I pretty much turned that into full-time eBay income, and then I flipped that eBay income over to Amazon FBA income. And I'm pretty much I pretty much started with nothing. Like literally, I was like living somewhere with somebody for free. They were paying, like I wasn't paying any bills, like nothing. And I pretty much just built up. And now I'm like full time doing I do about 15 to 20K a month in sales on FBA now. And then every month it just gets a little higher, just because I live I think the reason why I'm doing so well is that I live very let's say minimally. I don't spend any money except on FBA.
Very frugal.
Yes, I cut my own hair. I watch what I budget when I go out to eat. Just everything. Anywhere you can save $1, you can put that dollar into FBA and then flip it. And then keep building that, because $1 you can turn into 10, 10 you can turn into 20, and then so on. So I think if you live real tight, and you build up, you can really do something. You can really do really well with this if you do it the right way.
Yeah, a lot of people that I've talked to that they do it full time, they're like that too. They're like, they cut out all the stuff that they used to blow their money on. Just
exactly.
So I mean, like for me right now, hitting up the Goodwills and the mom and pop thrift shops. I mean, I've been mainly finding media items, and then I found 2 or 3 toys so far. I haven't found anything huge like that. But what kind of items did you? I know you said video games, but what other items did you look for?
I'm mainly right now. I'm just doing used electronics. I'm really big into used electronics. I know a lot of people aren't into that, or they don't agree with doing that. I know I get a lot of backlash for doing that, but if you do it the right way, you do it smart. One of my secrets is that I do so well is that I print up the manual for the used electronic that I buy at the store. I print up the manual online every time, and I can guarantee you not anybody does that, and that's why I think people get so many returns. Is that somebody gets a used electronic in the mail and they don't know how to use it half the time. I get complaints where people don't know how to use a router properly or something like that, or a stereo. So I just started manually are printing up all the manuals and sending them in, and my returns are like, like maybe a handful a month, like out of like a few hundred items, like. So I think printing up the manual, cleaning it, everything, testing everything, packing it really well, like when you ship it to them, and I think that you can minimize your returns definitely. But used electronics, I think, is definitely a good way to make money. But I mean, you can also get yourself into a lot of risky situations if you don't do it right. I know people have had their accounts shut down for used electronics and stuff, doing it the wrong way, or just having bad luck returns or them not working.
Yeah, that's what I found. Like last week, I found a Black & Decker. It's like an egg beater, but I got it at thrift shop. So most thrift shops have the manuals taped to it. So it still had the manual with it, and I just wrapped it up in bubble wrap and saran wrap it, and then put a label on it and sent it in. But I did send in a router on this last shipment I did today. It was just the router and the power cord. I didn't even think, just like you said, a lot of people don't think about doing that.
Exactly.
So I mean, what kind of things can we do to try to avoid getting shut down? Because I'm a kind of person who watches a bunch of YouTube videos and stuff, and everyone's constantly posting, oh, Amazon will shut you down for used electronics. Don't do used electronics. I mean, what kind of things can we do that will keep us safe from that?
Make sure it works, definitely. Make sure the item is complete. I know some people will say, before I knew any better, I would send in a router without an adapter because other people did it and they told me it was okay. So I would just send in just a router, no cords, no manuals, no nothing, just a router. And I got a lot of returns that way. So I made sure that I have everything with it that I can get with it. Make sure it's in good condition. I won't source it if it's like, a little scratched up or whatever. I try to keep it at least average condition or better. And then when I list it, I usually list everything acceptable. So that way when they get it in the mail, they're expecting average at best. And then it'll be like an immaculate condition or something like that. I always try to surprise the customer, and I always try to go above and beyond. So that way if they do have an issue, chances are it's not going to be as bad because you made up where you were lacking in a different area, or sometimes I'll send batteries with like a calculator or a Walkman, and I won't put that in there. I'll just send them extra brand new batteries, and then just little things like that. And I just think doing that, I get messages once or twice a week. Somebody will thank me for sending them batteries without or just just minor little things like that. I think is really important.
Yeah, I think a week ago or so, Mike was getting on to me about, because I was listing things as acceptable, and I was saying, man, I'm doing that just in case they find something wrong with it. That's the lowest you can put on it. So I don't think Amazon shouldn't ding you too much for something being wrong with something that's acceptable, right?
Yeah. And then also like the requirements, I believe, are different. Like I believe when you sell used electronics, like if you list it as acceptable, I'm not 100% on this. I thought I read this, but you don't need to have the manual when you list it acceptable. But I still like to do it just to go above and beyond. Like I won't even put it in the description, like manual included. I'll just put that extra, just so that cover myself in the end. My returns are very minimal now. Like I'll get maybe like 10 returns a month, which is not that bad when like I'm selling like 500-600 items a month. So.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. So I mean, like, say someone goes into a thrift shop and picks up some electronics, like so when you get it back home, do you go online and research the item and see exactly what came with it or what's supposed to be with it?
Usually, yeah. I'll jump on eBay real quick, and I'll check out a few listings on eBay, read the description, the product information on Amazon, and just make sure I have everything. Like, I mean, there's been a few times, sometimes when you buy like clock radios and stuff, they'll have a remote, and you wouldn't even think sometimes for a clock radio to have a remote. I've sent them in before not knowing that. Now I do my research to make sure I'm set before I send it in, that I don't have any issues of it missing anything, or having extra cords that it comes with that you might not know about. But yeah, just check eBay just to see all the pictures, see how everybody else is listing. And then also another thing too, I'm sure you guys have heard this before, is that like if you find a stereo without a remote, if it sells for a few hundred on Amazon, buy the remote on eBay for 5, 10, 20 bucks, and then put them together, and then you can sell them on Amazon or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was reading. People getting in trouble for shipping in VCRs without remotes.
Yeah. I used to do that too. When I was new and I didn't know any better.
So did they ever ding you on anything and send you messages or what?
I've only had one ding on my account. It was actually I bought I don't even know what they're called, like those little like language things. It's like a flip calculator type of thing, but you type in different words and you can like learn different languages or something. I bought a bunch of those on clearance at Target's and sent those in. They were all brand new, and the customer got it and claimed that they received it broken and opened and used. And when I got it back from Amazon, they had a big crack on the side, like and scuffs, like they had dropped it and it broke. So for them not to pay for shipping and to get a free return, they lied and said they had gotten it broken, and I got a ding on my account for that.
Oh man.
But, I did end up finding my receipt, and I sent in photos of the item because I did have, and I almost got it. It was a big hassle. I ended up forgetting about it, but I tried to fight it. It didn't work. But so I do another thing. It takes a little more time, but it's take photos of everything before you send it in. Just one quick photo of the item, so that way if you have any issues with Amazon later or a customer later, you have proof that that item is in the condition you said it was in. So I take a photo of every single item and then keep that on my computer. So if anyone complains, I can back it up. Like, all right, this item is new, and you claimed it was used. No, it wasn't. It's new. I got proof. So.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Like I was lucky that I took some pictures of some things that I got at garage sales, and I was cross-listing, putting the item on eBay, and then a customer was like, can you send me an actual picture of what this item is, And then thank God I had it in my phone, and I shipped and I sent them the picture, and then 5 minutes later, I made a sale.
That's a good idea. I never even thought of doing it like that because I've had a couple people ask for photos, and I didn't have photos, so I obviously probably missed out on the sale. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, so like we're going to thrift shops, we're going to Walmart clearances, and so when you're buying these things, and if Amazon ever asks you for the invoice, do you just send them the copy of the receipt, or do you make your own invoice on your computer?
I actually just sent a copy of the receipts, and they haven't had any issues so far. So far, I've been all right with that.
Okay. Yeah, I had to do that one time when they were asking the authenticity of something. I made my own little receipt on my computer, and then I sent that into. I put the date because I kind of remember like when I got it, and I put Walmart's address and stuff like that, so it looked like an actual invoice from them, and then I just emailed it to them. But see, is that Derek? What's up, dude?
What's up, man?
Not much. Making them sales today?
Yeah, a little bit.
So, I haven't talked to you guys since like Thursday or something like that. So, and then we got Faye. Hey, Faye, how's it going? She froze up. I sent out a lot of invites for the chat tonight, but
Sweet. Okay.
Anyways, so when you're researching these video games, are you just looking on eBay and looking at the sold listings?
Sometimes I've been selling games for quite a while that it's kind of like second nature now. So I usually don't, if they're the Pokemon, Zelda, all the the good common games, I don't have to look them up. But if I can't find the games, I'll look them on eBay or I'll look them on Amazon or whatever too. But for the most part, I don't have to look them up too much anymore because you find the same games over and over and over over the years.
Yeah, I sent in my my first used Monopoly game this past weekend. I found a Major League Baseball edition of Monopoly, And I got home, checked everything, it was complete. So I just listed that as collectible. But I put it in good shape collectible, and sent that in. So I'm kind of anxious to see how that goes.
What does it sell for, or what is it? What are the listings at?
They didn't have, there wasn't any there was no collectible listings on it, but new was like $75.
Sweet, awesome. What'd you price
So,
at? Like 40, 35 or something?
Yeah, about $45.
Okay.
So I mean, do you do any board games too?
I mainly do new board games. I've sent in a few used ones. I just sent in Lord of the Rings and Jumanji. I sent those in used, and I think like a couple Harry Potter ones. If they sell for like 40 or 50, and I can get them for a buck or two used, I'll grab them. But I'd rather do new, just because it takes me so long to count the pieces and do all that.
Hey, Jameson, do you still have any used pieces for that Jumanji game? I remember I asked you
Yes.
last year.
Yeah,
I still haven't completed my Jumanji game.
What do you need for it? I actually just completed it.
I need the little rhino, and I need the little timer.
Let me see real quick. Let's see if I have it. I actually have it on my shelf right here.
Yeah, that was my next question about these board games. Well, would it be easier, instead of counting all that stuff, just to list the pieces on eBay?
I actually
part the game out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've actually looked up some of the stuff that I have, and you could make some money doing that. Actually, I just don't have the time for that. What you said you needed the rhino, and what else?
The timer.
I've got the rhino. I do not have the timer though, buddy.
We'll talk offline. I've been waiting a year for that rhino, dude.
That's awesome.
And then, oh yeah, Mike, I sold that answer machine yesterday. That Sony.
Oh yeah, did you?
Yeah, it actually sold on eBay. And then I looked at that Joe Lister last night. It was saying like you can only list like 2 for free or something, 2 items.
Yeah, it's only two for free. Yeah, it kind of sucks, but
because I can't list enough right now.
Yeah, you don't have 100 items in your Amazon that you can list on Joe Lister?
No, just 30 right now. So I'm hoping, but I've already sold 6 items within the last week and a half. So I'm hoping in a few weeks we'll give them a call and ask if they can up it to like 100. Do you use Joe Lister, Jameson?
I've been looking into it. I haven't tried it out yet. Mike was telling me about it recently, so I'm gonna give it a shot here pretty soon.
Yeah, I like the whole automated thing. Cause
Mr. Brock Parks turned me on to Joe Lister.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised because he's all about eBay and Craigslist, and he's mentioned Joe Lister, and I was like, what?
Yeah. Do you do any Craigslist, Jameson?
I try to. I don't ever get any hits on Craigslist. I've got like a bike up there right now and some hunting stuff and a couple other little things, little pet shop stuff, but I don't ever seem to get, if I do get bites, I think it's from like other resellers. They'll offer me like $5-10 for it or something like that. So I got a few things up, but haven't sold anything yet.
Here's a stupid question. I'm gonna ask it to anybody. If anybody can give me an answer, I keep watching people's videos and they keep saying they're gonna put the items in the booth. What does that mean?
Antique booth, I'm guessing, probably.
Yeah, antique booth. Like are you talking like Bonafide now? Then
I think he said it. Yeah, I think he said it before, and some other people I've watched.
Yeah, it's
like,
they have an antique booth, a literal like place that they put their stuff in, and people come in and they buy their stuff from their booth.
Like at an
it's
antique,
like an antique
mall
mall?
or something? An antique mall?
Tap deal, yeah, and they got a booth in a place like that, yeah.
And so you just put your stuff in there and people walk in. But I guess you got to have somebody running it.
Yeah, they got. I mean, I think what is it? Someone runs the whole mall,
Yeah.
and then you just go, you pay rent and a commission.
Oh, okay, so they sell it for you?
Well, they don't sell it for you. I mean, you got different booths in this huge mall, and people walk around into each booth, and okay, I want to buy this, I want to buy that, whatever. And then they take it up to the cashier, and they know whose booth that came from or something like that,
Okay.
Why don't you get him on your show, dude? He can tell you how it works. He's in Texas.
Yeah. Yeah, I do want to go down to Austin one day and go garage selling with him. That'd be pretty cool.
You gotta join the green room, buddy.
Yeah.
They're making fun of me, Jamison, about the green room, dude.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm like anti-paid subscription to anything, so. Then again, I'm cheap too, so. I mean, I use a foot scale to weigh my packages.
Got that mapping scale. Actually, I used it for Jameson's the one that made me get a regular scale last year. I was the same way for a while.
I think on my next disbursement, I'll actually cave in and go get a scale.
Man, they're
I'll
cheap,
buy one
dude.
off Amazon. Hey,
You still got that high
up?
speed, huh?
Oh, see, I see
Faye?
Faye on there, but it looks like she fills up. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Jameson, you still got
What
that
was
high
it?
speed wireless scale and everything?
Yeah. Still working pretty decent.
Yeah, this guy's like, buy my scale, man. Thing's like $180. I was like, yeah, right, dude. You crazy?
I didn't pay
So-
180 for it though.
Dude, yeah, how much are you shipping off, man? Like a week?
I try to ship out like at least 100 items a week. With Christmas coming up, I will be doing a little bit more than that, probably, hopefully. But we'll see how it goes. I had some financial issues, so my sourcing money's a little bit low right now until I can fix things. So hopefully we'll get it up there.
So, like, are you ungated in groceries?
I'm pretty much ungated in all the good
Oh,
categories.
yeah, you have service. Yeah. Have you sent in a lot of groceries?
I used to do groceries, like mostly, like I'd say that's probably like half the stuff I sent in. But I just kind of got sick of keeping track of the expiration dates and stuff. So, but I do a lot of chocolate right now since we can send in chocolate and candy. I'm doing a lot of grocery right now just because chocolate sells really well, and there's a lot of replenishables that you can send in for grocery. So I like doing that for this time of the year.
Yeah. Stuff that has like 8 month away expiration dates.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, we things are finally picking up for us on this side. We sent in a lot of groceries, but it's just not a lot of it has sold yet. It's just mainly all the thrift shop items I've been sending in is what's selling, and I'm kind of surprised at that.
Seems like groceries got a lot of competition,
Mm,
at least for the
and
stuff that I
toys.
sent in.
I know everybody's hopping on toys right now. I know that's going to get flooded out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, toys is a given though, because it's Christmas time and all that. So, I mean, yeah, you're gonna hit a bunch of sellers. You just got to worry about the people who are just gonna race everything to the bottom.
Exactly. These toys don't expire though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my next question to you. Like, what was your strategy last year for Q4? Q4 what are you doing this year? Is it any different?
Last year was my first Q4, and I was on a limited budget, so I only had like $1,000 to invest into Q4, so I pretty much was just spending it as fast as I could, so I could send it into Amazon, flip it, get the money back, and just keep snowballing it. I guess the only thing I probably tell people is like the only thing I regret last year was not having more money. Like there's just too much out there to buy. Like if you have like a good bankroll, like you can just do really, really well. You can make like a whole year's salary like in just Q4, like if you have enough money to back up with. Even if you probably had like $5,000, you could probably easily turn that into 15, 20K cash between the entire Q4, maybe even more if you knew what you're doing and stuff.
Yeah. See, like Derek, he's on this video with us. He did good in Q4, but it really kicked off for him in Q1. He said the after Christmas rush with the gift cards.
Okay.
Yeah, that's because of the money I made in Q4. Because I only had like $142 to start, and then once Q4 came, I made money fast. But then in Q1, instead of having around $142, I had around $3,000 or $4,000.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, you were just shy of 20,000 this month, right? Or last month, Derek?
Yeah, I missed it by like I think it was like 700 and something.
Damn, wow.
Yeah. So I mean that's what I'm excited about seeing, hearing stories like that of him starting with $100-something, and then now he's at $20,000 for a month. That's it's the same story, but it's different. So it's nice to hear how everyone else did it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I like hearing. Those are my favorite stories. Like when people start out with nothing, like like just like pocket change, and they build it up to like a great full-time income, and like those are the stories I like the best.
Yeah, I mean I'm actually a lot like you. I started with $10 as well. We were at Big Lots, and I found a couple of like Donkey Kong T-shirts they had on clearance for like $2 or $3. I was like, those are kind of cool. So we picked them up, and then we went and opened an eBay account to see if we could sell them, and they sold for like $10, $11 a piece. So we started from that, and then kept buying stuff and putting it on there. And we did eBay for the longest time, and then we started doing Amazon, doing merchant fulfilled everything. I didn't know anything about FBA. I just thought you sold on Amazon, that's it. And then in October last year, I found out about FBA, so we started shipping in a little bit at a time. We didn't know too much about it, but by Christmas time, we got the idea of it. In January 1st, we just kicked it into full gear, and yeah, I'm excited about it. But June was my best month, and then July and August just crashed down. I don't know what happened. But it's coming back up now since changed the strategy. I changed the game plan, and I'm hoping to have an amazing Q4, amazing Christmas, and yeah, I'm just any tips that anybody can give me. I'm always asking. Any advice?
Yeah, Q1 is I know like some people like do gets really slow, but if you know what to look for Q1, you can have like your Q1 can be almost as good as Q4. I mean, not as quite as good, but you can do good. Pretty much like as soon as the day after Christmas hits, go out and buy anything Christmas, anything Hallmark, anything like Snoopy, Peanuts. Like pretty much go around to all the Walgreens, CVS's, Targets, Walmarts, and just buy all the name brand popular Christmas stuff. Send it into FBA right away, and you're still gonna get like Q4 prices, like because a lot of stuff is gonna be 50, 75% off. And you can do really well on Christmas stuff. Like for pretty much January and February, you can have really good numbers.
Oh, what the heck?
Okay.
Oh, crap.
So people are still buying Christmas stuff in January and February?
It's crazy. Like you'd be surprised. It's like almost like it's Christmas time. Like as much as people are buying it, it's like really crazy.
They don't want to let go of the holiday, I guess.
Yeah, I bought a bunch of stuff last year thinking I was going to send it in and hold it for this Christmas, but it all ended up selling before January was even over. So yeah,
Okay.
definitely all the Christmas stuff is the best way to go after the day after Christmas. And Target will clearance out a lot of their video games and stuff, and just everything else you can jump in and So pretty much like the day after Christmas, like right when the stores open, is like a really good time to head out and pick up all the good deals. A lot of Legos and things will be like half off at Target and stuff, just all the toys and stuff.
Nice.
Or if they have like the Lego advent calendars, which are really popular for Christmas time, if they have any of those left after Christmas, they're going to mark those at like 70% off. And you can still sell those for, $30-$40.
Yeah, I remember last year we went. It was like 3 days after Christmas, and they were 75% off, and they still had a bunch of those bath sets, like little kid bath sets, and we got a few of those, and yeah, they sold within. It took about 2 weeks for them to sell, but I was still surprised.
That's crazy.
But I didn't think about going and like buying up everything, but I guess that's why. I don't know. I didn't think about that. What about Halloween? Is the same situation with Halloween?
I've never really gotten big into the Halloween thing, so I can't say for sure how that works, but I would imagine it's something similar, buying up all the clearance Halloween stuff and, saving it for next year or whatever. But yeah, I don't know too much about the Halloween, how that works.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so much stuff to look at.
Halloween, buy the discounted blood, man. Day after, I made a killing off of that last year. The day after Halloween, it was selling for like 97 cents at Walmart and Meijer. I was sending it in and selling it for $24.99, and it was selling right away.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's that blood. Yeah, I actually saw that last year. It's like just sitting there for weeks and weeks at every single Walmart. There'll just be shelves of it. That is an awesome tip, dude. Oh man, I can't wait to jump in on that.
Ordering it from me was like theater schools.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's awesome. Yeah.
I would have never thought of that ever. That's like one of those items that you wouldn't think to ever check out. That's awesome.
Yeah, that fake blood must sell year round.
It took me, I think I sold like 150 of them in.
Dang. That's so awesome. I can't wait for the day after Halloween now. That's my first step. The day after Halloween, I'm getting up early and going to Walmart's and just clearing up I'm clearing out every store.
Do you set goals for yourself each month?
Not as much as I should. I'm not huge on the FBA goals. I just try to do better every month. Like just get my sales up every month, which generally they do because I don't spend much money on myself. So if I invest pretty much 90% of my money back into FBA, generally I'll do better every single month.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's really good to have goals. Probably don't do it as much as I should.
Yeah, like myself, I set myself a set of money goals. I set myself shipping goals. Like I try to ship out this much worth of value each month.
Okay.
Like last month, I set my goal at sending in $4,100 worth of merchandise, which that was a far reach goal for me. And then 5 days before the end of the month, I already hit that goal, and I was surprised.
Wow.
So now this month, I'm going to try to ship out at least $6,000 worth of stuff, and try to hit that. And I mean the sales have been following. When I was focused on I want to make this much each month, and I wasn't focusing on how much I was shipping out. And so since I changed my mindset, I've noticed a lot more sales. And I mean like right now, like usually I would sell like anywhere between $40 and $70 a day.
Okay.
And now I'm already at almost $700 in the first 5 days of the month.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. You said where in Texas are you from again? Did you say?
I'm in Dallas.
Dallas. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What? Gosh, I'm trying to think of what I went to. I was in Dallas a couple months ago, and I went to a Walmart there. I'm trying to think of what street it was on, but I left a lot of retail arbitrage stuff there because I didn't have enough room in my car. Gosh, I'm trying to think of what it was. I'll try to remember it and I'll tell you. But this Walmart was like probably like one of the best Walmarts I've ever been to in the country, and I mean it was just filled with RA stuff. Like a lot of it was like 2008, 2009. So it's like a lot of it's discontinued toys that you can't get anymore. So they're like selling for like crazy numbers. Like I did really well there, but I left a lot of stuff because I just didn't have enough room in my rental car to drive back with it. Yeah, I'll have to think about.
Is that something you look at toys? Do you look at the date on the back of the toys to see if maybe it'll be more valuable?
Yeah. For myself, I've noticed if the toy's a year or 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, sometimes it'll be worth more. Not always, but sometimes.
Okay.
You'd be surprised. Like, yeah, I found a Fisher Price toy yesterday from like 2013, like a little camera thing. I got it for like $12. It's worth like $120 or something like that. So it's like because it's discontinued and you can't get it anymore. So sometimes you can kind of tell with the dates, but not always though. It's hit or miss, I guess. So.
Yeah, I've never, like, as far as toys go, I've only found good deals when it's clearance. Like I've never found, except for one time, I found a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. It was a Splinter toy, and I bought him for $8.88, and he sold for $16. That's the only thing I've ever found. I bought 2 of them that day, and I kept one for myself. Because I was because I've never sold anything that's worth anything. Like just scanning down the normal retail aisles, I've never found anything with toys. But maybe I should look at the dates also.
A lot of the toys, this is how I started out, was just the regular MSRP toys that are full price. Is that just pick an aisle down the toy aisle and scan everything, so that way you eventually will get a feel for what's good. Like for the turtles you're saying, there are a few turtles that are worth money. They're kind of going down in value. I know gosh, what is it? Something Bonafide frog, that frog guy. I forgot his name, Bonafide or Bonafire or something like that. He's $8.88 and he was worth like $30-$40 at one point.
There's one right now. Like the turtles have series. And there's one right now that's actually selling. I've been selling for the last 3 months, like constant at like was it 20? I shared it with Faye. It was like $28.99.
Is it the guy with all the arms?
No.
No. Okay. There's a few of them that I send in. I just can't think of their names.
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
So you're not gonna be open.
Top secret, huh?
It's top secret, dude. Top secret. Faye said she couldn't find them at all, so I was like, all right.
I made the mistake of sharing something when I was on Rakin's show, and that it was an eBay online arbitrage item, and now that item is like you can't buy it anymore for like a profit. Like, so I learned my lesson after sharing on.
Do you hit up the pawn shops like he does?
Yeah. I hit up a lot of pawn shops. I actually kind of gave them I got the idea from Resale Rabbit, and me and Resale Rabbit kind of talked about the pawn shops with Rakin and stuff, and that kind of got him to get back into the pawn shops and stuff. But yeah, pawn shops are really good.
That's who you need to talk to, Chris, is Resale Rabbit, dude. That guy's a...
Yeah. I've talked to... I haven't talked to him face to face, camera or whatever. I've commented to him on his periscopes, and we've talked about things on that. I've asked him questions and stuff. But yeah, people like that, dude. I love getting information about them because, Dallas and Fort Worth is huge. I don't really even have to go out of town to go find good stuff if I want to. There's so much in these cities. But I look up to people that travel and constantly ship out every day and find different things. It's neat to listen to stories like that. Like on Steve's videos about these pawn shops, I do notice that you have to spend a lot more money to make money at pawn shops.
Yeah.
You need to have the cash to make sure you have cash when you go into the pawn shops.
Yeah. You can get really, even if you have a few $100, you can usually cut a deal if you have a couple hundred to spend at a minimum or something like that.
Yeah. See, I'm loving the garage sales,
Would you spend a couple hundred though at a pawn shop? That's the thing. You gotta make sure you got enough product there that you're gonna want to spend that much, you know.
Yeah, 'cause see, this is how my mind works. You know, if I'm going to a pawn shop and dropping $200 and getting profit 150, my mind constantly thinks of, well, I can drop the same $200 at a thrift store or this place and make more. You know, it's just, I guess it's whatever makes you fits your needs. You know.
Yeah, we all got our own little ways of doing things. What works for me might not work for you, you know. So I totally understand that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't judge anybody how they do their business. You know.
I do.
After,
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just joking.
Well, you got those people that do the 20% ROI and stuff. That
Yeah. That's how I started.
You got to be rolling deep in inventory to go that low.
Oh, yeah, I thought of that Walmart. It's in Farmers Branch, Texas, which is like right by Dallas. I think they only have one. Yeah, go there, dude. Their clearance is like, it'll blow your mind, dude. Like, they've got like three clearance aisles, and then back by the shoes, they have like 3 more like custom built clearance aisles, and it's just like it's a lot of stuff. You'll be like, wow.
Yeah, I was showing them on Periscope how the clearance is in Dallas. It's just insane at Walmart. Like every single Walmart's like that. You know, they have at least 1 or 2 aisles of clearance.
It's crazy. Yeah. I was shocked that there was that much stuff there because I thought Dallas would be a big enough city where there'd be a lot of resellers out there, and
there's not. I mean, our group now, we have 1,400 people in the Motivators group now, and I can only think of like 3 or 4 people that's from Dallas.
Okay.
Out of everybody, I mean, most people I know that's in Texas, they're either in Houston or Austin.
Yep.
And I know a bunch of the green room people down there in Austin. I do want to go down there and check them out. You know how they try to work deals at these garage sales and stuff. Try to talk people down. That's one thing I can't do. I can't walk in and talk someone down.
I actually learned from Brock. I don't know if you know Brock Parks from the green room.
Yeah, he came on the show about a month ago.
Yeah, he taught me how to barter at garage sales and stuff because I was just I went to Austin in July to go visit Brock. I actually stayed with him when I was down there, and we went to some garage sales, and he's a freaking master at negotiation. Like he was making people mad. Like he would get deals to go through, but he would make the garage sale seller mad. Like they would just be like, fine. They'd be asking like $30, and he'd be like 5, 10, 5, okay, and they'd get all mad about like, yeah, he's really good at what he does.
Yeah, I can't do that. I think we got some cassette tapes. This guy he was wanting like $12 for him. I was like, all I do is just act like I'm gonna walk away. Then they're like, oh, we do this, and then that's when I'll come back with them with something. And I got it down to $5, but I can't sit there and be like, no, I ain't giving you that.
I've had really good luck if you can like make conversation or relate to the person doing the sale. Like I don't remember who taught me this, but like I'm not into video games. I don't play video games, but I like to sell them. So I got a video game hat. Like I'll go to a garage sale, and that'll strike up conversation with people like all the time. I know enough about video games to make a conversation, but I don't play them. Like so, a couple weeks ago I was at a garage sale and I got a really good deal on a Nintendo lot just because of my hat, and we striked up conversation about Nintendo. And I didn't even have to barter with him. He was like, I was asking $75 for this, but he's like, I'll do $50 for you since you're a fellow gamer. And I was like, okay, like it's just like wear like T-shirts that are like themed, Superman or just some random stuff that people could strike up conversations with you. Like I think that works really well.
I've noticed that. I was wearing a Dallas Stars T-shirt one day, and this guy's like, I got some hockey equipment in here if you want. I'm like, nah, dude, I don't need hockey equipment. Maybe I should wear a Texas Instruments T-shirt in there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude, I got one. Not this past weekend, the weekend before that, I got one for $2. Man, sent it in. It sold yesterday, $39. I was excited about that.
Yeah, I like those. They sell quick, and you rarely get a return on them.
Of course, I tested it out and made sure, put batteries in it, tested it, and then took the batteries back out and shipped it in.
When I first started selling, I didn't know this, but like you should test the brightness and the darkness, where you hold the shift button down and you go all the way light and all the way dark and do some typing on it. Because sometimes the calculator may look like it works, but when you switch the light to dark, something will be wrong with it. I bought a calculator like that worked fine when I just used it on the brightness it was set at, but I switched the brightness around and it was kind of like messed up. So I ended up just throwing it on eBay, and I took a loss on it. But yeah, there's a couple of things that could be wrong with it that you wouldn't be able to tell unless you like were doing some extra checking and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know one thing I used to sell on eBay all the time was remote controls, and like I learned how to test those, you know, by looking at your phone and checking the light like that. But yeah, that's one thing that I'm bad at, is testing a lot of things.
Do you know if that remote thing, the testing of the remote thing, works with an iPhone if you have an iPhone?
No, I have an Android, but
okay.
I mean, it worked fine. I just open up the camera and then just put it in front of the phone, push a button on it, and you can see it light up.
As long as it has an IR sensor on it.
Okay, because I had the Note 3 and I did the test like he said. Everything, it always works fine. But since I got the iPhone 6, every time I test the remotes, I can never get that light to pop on, even when I put in new batteries. And I've tested at least 10, 15 remotes on it. So I'm thinking that this phone doesn't do that, I'm guessing.
It might not have an IR sensor on it.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense now. Yeah, I was wondering why they weren't popping up. All right. That sucks. No, I'm going to have to... I think I learned that from Katie Patton's YouTube channel, the testing of the remotes.
$700 phone and can't test
remotes. I know. Like everybody was like, "Oh, get the iPhone. It's an upgrade for like the scanning on it is a little bit faster. Like it doesn't have to focus as much as it does with the Android. But besides that, I think Android is definitely a better phone to have. And I think I'd rather have Android.
Yeah, that's why you just buy a scanner, handheld scanner. It's instant, no focusing.
Yep, I actually just got one like 2 days ago. A little scanner. You guys use Scoutify for with the scanner?
Yeah, I use Scoutify.
Do you ever have a problem with your phone freezing? Like after...
This is what happens. It's an issue that's always like that. So when I'm using Scoutify, I always close it down before I actually, like if I'm sitting in the store and I've been sitting in it for a while, I'll close it down before I scan like my next item. Not every time, but if it was a long time between my scans, I would shut it down and start it back up because it does.
Okay.
Having that issue.
Oh man, that's frustrating. I was like, what is going on? I actually deleted Scoutify the other day because I couldn't scan anything. It was just all frozen.
Yeah, that's when do that to me. I've been scanning and pull up the results, and then you couldn't push on the results.
Yeah. You could only like hit the paste button, and that's it. You couldn't do anything else. Like.
That point, I just go back to my trusty Amazon seller app.
Exactly. Sadly, the Amazon seller app doesn't work very good if you have a little scanner because you have to click in the search thing, and then you got to scan, which takes just as long as you scanning with the Android phone, so you don't save any time that way.
Yeah, and you can't pull up camel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, close it. Kevin said just close it and redo it. Yeah, usually what I do is I'll just go in and go into my app killer and push that button and kill all my apps and open it back up, and then it usually does it. But I've got to get one of those scanners that you guys have for books because I'm loving books.
I got mine off eBay for about $90. I think I paid.
Oh, used?
Yeah, I got a used one.
Okay.
I usually wait till my eBay bucks are high, like 5 times, or I wait till I get an eBay coupon, $10 or $20 off your purchase or something like that.
eBay? What's is eBay bucks like Ebates or something?
Yeah, like I think like every 3 months when you spend, like whatever, you get like a little bit back on it. So yeah, usually I wait till you get like 4 or 5 times eBay bucks, and then you can, get like $5 off or $10 off, or you'll get it back after the however long the window is, 3 months or something. I think they cash you out every 3 months, something like that. I'm not too sure exactly. But
Okay, yeah, I know that's how the Ebates they give you that check every 3 months. If you do, oh yeah, that's just somebody wanted to talk to us to talk about tonight. Do you do any online arbitrage?
I do a little bit. I buy like what do I get? I get some video game stuff. I do a little bit of like I used to play computer games like 5 years ago, so I know like certain computer game stuff that's popular on Amazon that you can get cheap on eBay. Just like different computer game things that are popular, certain brands and stuff like that. Like if you or if you know anything about World of Warcraft, like pretty much the brand of mouse and stuff that everybody uses for World of Warcraft, stuff like that, keyboards, and then good Nintendo 64 stuff, like you can get the expansion pack on eBay for like, between $10 and $15. Ship, just go bid on a bunch of them, and then you usually win one or two of them, and then you send those into Amazon. You can sell them for $35. Just
Okay.
little things like that. I don't do it a ton. Different Walkmans and stuff like that. TV remotes.
So you don't do like anything off of Walmart or Target or anything?
Sometimes I do. I usually try to wait for clearance. If you do like Best Buy and stuff, if you research on there, you can get some really, really good deals. Like Best Buy will do like 75% off an item. Like a month ago, I got they had these like electronic like dinosaur things. They're like really, really big, and they're like normally like I think like 100 something each, and they had them on clearance for like $20 each with free shipping. If you spend like $100 or whatever their deal is, $75 or whatever. So I picked up the limit was 10. I picked up 10 of those and shipped those all into Amazon, and I sold most of them for like 80 to 100. But yeah, if you just look on Best Buy, and you can find really good deals. Like there's some things you can find on Best Buy for like $2-3, and then you can flip it for 15. I think like last year I got some cell phones on clearance for $3 each, and then I was selling those for like 15, 16. Like just little flips like that. So if you look around, you can definitely find good deals. That's for sure.
Yeah, I was looking on Best Buy. I actually sent Mike a bolo one time. I don't think he took me up on it, but it was I think they had them for like $27, and it was like a blender, and I think it was selling for like $90 or something like that. I couldn't believe. And we were using that OA X-ray, and I was just scanning.
Yeah.
I was just scanning through Best Buy and found some good deals. And then I didn't know it worked on eBay as well. You can use it on eBay.
How does that work exactly? As you said, the OX. What is that again? I've heard about it, but I'm not too familiar with it.
It's you got it, Mike?
What?
Finding him with OA X-ray.
I'm actually using it right now as you're talking. So all it is just an online arbitrage tool where you go to a like Walmart or something, pick a category, and then click on the extension, and then it'll pop up everything. It's all color coded, so it'll pop up everything on that page, and then you can color code like for me, I have 40% ROI, so it's gonna put everything 40% ROI in green, and then it'll tell you your net payout, and then that way you can actually just add that to your cart or dig deeper and try to source other things. So it makes online arbitrage a lot easier.
Okay. How much does that cost?
It's I don't know.
It's like $100 a month.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah.
I got like a trial, like not trial, but I don't know how much it is.
Yeah.
I don't pay for it, so I don't.
Yeah, but I mean, like, using it on eBay is awesome, Have you tried using it on eBay, Mike?
Yeah, I use it on eBay all the time. I mean, every once in a while, it has its kink, kind of little, like every other software. It's not going to be perfect, but it works really well on eBay.
Yeah.
eBay, I like it. It works great on Target. Walmart, I don't know. I don't like Walmart, so Walmart's kind of crappy. It works great at Toys R Us, Disney Store, stuff like. But yeah, it's a pretty cool, it's a pretty good little tool, man. I mean, it works. It does what it's supposed to do, pretty much.
Is there any discounts for it, like codes? Or anything?
There is somewhere. I don't know. We might have to get with Dean. Dean's the guy who knows. He might be able to get a discount or an affiliate or something like that. I don't know exactly. I think Dean knows a lot about it.
Yeah. What's it called, Kevin? It's called OA X-ray. It's a Chrome extension.
There you go. Sweet. And about
But
the
yeah, that's how I found one of the deals that was at Target actually. Like my daughters love My Little Pony, so I just typed in My Little Pony and on eBay, and it pulled it, and I clicked on to pull up everything that's new, and it compares all the stores at the same time too. Have like eBay, Walmart, and so you can see if another store is cheaper that way as well. And then that toy was selling for like $11 on eBay, and it was selling for like $3.99 at Target. So it was kind of cool.
Are you paying for that right now, or are you on a trial or something for it?
I'm a trial too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't do a whole lot of online arbitrage since I just like going out. I like going out and doing stuff myself. I don't know. I did it. I tried doing online for a couple of weeks, and I just hated waiting to get some. Like it took me like 2.5 weeks to get a video game once, and I got it on clearance. And by the time I got it to my house, and I just went ahead and listed it merchant fulfilled. By the time I did that, it tanked by like $4 or $5. And so I mean, that made me mad. But some of the like grocery items that I got, those went pretty good because I actually went and picked them up the same day at Walmart at the site store. Yeah. So you can do that. What was that?
Mike?
It wasn't me.
You having company over there?
What you saying about my wife, dude?
Oh, wow. I'm just waiting for a fist to come on the screen and just get punched.
Actually, get knocked out.
You guys are.
Mike's sleeping on the couch tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't watch any of these replays, does she?
No, she doesn't even know what I do for a living.
What's all these boxes in my dining room? I've noticed that, man. Every time we get on video now, you have some more boxes in the background still.
The stuff in the background right now is Derek's. That's Derek's stuff right there.
That's all Derek's stuff?
Yeah.
Nice. How's that toy going, dude?
Oh, it's going good. Actually, the two bottom boxes are the toys, but the rest of it is Derek's. It's going well, man. It's going really well. I mean, we're just getting ready to October. So the new one, he has a new version of the toy coming out in November. So that's the Christmas version of the toy. But it's selling, man.
That's good. You do any private label stuff, Jameson?
No, not yet. Not at that level yet.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, it's almost been an hour. Man, thanks for coming on to hanging out with us, dude.
Yeah, man, that was fun. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you give us a lot of good information. I mean, that's like me and my wife were talking today. We here in a couple of weeks, we're gonna start just going out and on the weekends, like we're gonna. Like the week that we get a disbursement, we're gonna go and just try to hit up every single Goodwill, thrift shop, Walmart, actually work all day long, like from sun up to sundown. Just try to get as much as we can in one day, and get it shipped off. I
Yeah.
mean, that's our plan.
That's the best way, and I think for my how I did so I'm doing good now is that when you get your disbursement, you know, like back when my disbursements were like 500 or 1,000 every 2 weeks, I would go out and I would try to spend all of that in one day just so I could get the items out the next day, you know, just so you can flip them faster. I think that's how I did so well, you know, but I think that's probably the best way. Is like if you spend it all in 1 or 2 days, you can just get that shipment out, sell it, and get your money back faster, and then you can just keep doing that over and over and over.
Yeah, I mean that's what we're gonna plan on. I mean we just want to get as much stuff out as we can. You know, we used to ship out like 20 items a week. Now it's between 50 and 100 items a week.
Awesome, that's awesome.
So I'm coming up, man. Coming up. So
yeah, fourth quarter will definitely bring you to the level where you want to get. It'll start you off to a good next year. That's for sure.
Cool. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end this live broadcast, dude. Thanks for hanging out again. You're welcome back anytime.
Yeah, for sure, man. Definitely.
All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. Mike, do you guys want to hang out afterwards, Mike?
I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, we'll hang out.
All right, cool. All right, so anybody watching right now, I'm gonna post the after show hangout link, and we'll see you then.
Start till the live button go away.
What's that?
Because you know the hangout really don't start till the live button go away.
That's true. Yeah. The little hangout starts as soon as the live button goes away. So I'm ending this broadcast.